In this video we're going to talk about a relatively inexpensive piece of kit for my cameras, and that is a remote control. More specifically, this one from a company called Aodelan, which is the RMT P1BTA. If I do that, you'll be able to see it. There we go. So as a disclaimer, Aodelan did send me this for free to actually review. They have no input into this video and they will not see it before I publish it. This remote is probably half the price, or it is half the price of the official Sony, but this still retains pretty much all the functionality of the Sony, and I've been using it for a few months now and have to say, spoiler alert, fantastic bit of kit, something you always need to have in your bag. I do have a selection of remote controls. When I first got the A7S3 and the A7R4, I did have this cheap remote control, as you can see there, and it's actually infrared. Works absolutely fine, 3 buttons, and I can use it to start the A7S3 recording like I did today. The only problem with the A7IV, which is this camera here, is that Sony, in their infinite wisdom, removed the infrared sensor, which means I needed a Bluetooth remote control, which is where the Aodelan stepped in. The only other remote control I've got is the old-fashioned intervalometer, which is this one here. This is does more than just a remote control. You can set the intervals, very long exposures via the settings for astro and that type of photography. But the good thing about this Bluetooth remote is it works on all 3 of my cameras. So that's the A7S3, A7IV and the A7R4. And the list of compatible cameras is available on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. But reading here, it's the Sony Alpha 9, Alpha 9 II, A6100, A6400, A6600, A7 III, A7R3, A7R4, RX100M7, RX02, the ZV-1 cameras, and of course my A7IV. Actually, the A7S3 isn't noted on there, but I'm sure this actually works with the S3. So let's open the box. Obviously it's already been opened because I've been using it. You do get the remote control, the battery, a wrist strap and the instructions, and I've got to say these instructions are the clearest I've ever had for anything. I wasn't even going to show you the setup of how to set this up with the camera, but I think I will anyway. But it's very, very straightforward by using the instructions. So on the remote control itself, I don't know if you can see, we have several buttons, 6 buttons on the front. These 2 here, plus and minus, are for the zoom and focus. So if you have a power zoom lens, you can actually zoom. If you don't have a power zoom, like with this lens, this is the Sigma 16-28 contemporary. I can actually focus with this, but what I would need to do is go onto the side and change it from, I'll do it that way, from focus to zoom, or zoom to focus, whichever I'm going to use. And then it's plus minus for zoom or focus. Record button, shutter button. It will also, whatever's programmed into AF on, it will trigger, and whatever's programmed onto C1, it will trigger. On this side, there is a simple lock button, just so you don't, if it's in your pocket, you don't actually hit one of the buttons. The range apparently is 10 meters, It takes a CR2032 battery, which is fairly standard in a lot of gadgets these days. If you check out Amazon and have a look at the reviews, you'll see that the reviews are great for this this device, the Aodelan. And even if you go onto the Sony equivalent, which is, what's it called? It's not too dissimilar. It's the Sony RMT-P1BT. You'll actually see reference, one of the reviewers makes reference to this device, but it's actually just as good at half the price. Now, I was obviously going to show you how to set this up with the A7IV, which is the main reason for the video. The only trouble is I've set the A7IV as the overhead camera, which means I'm going to need to switch around. I'll need to put the A7S3 up there. Right, back in a flash. Welcome back, and I've swapped the cameras around. So we have the A7IV here. I've disconnected the Bluetooth so I can show you how to connect the Bluetooth to the remote control. And I'm going to read from the instructions because I just think they're the easiest to follow instructions I've seen on tech kit. So on the camera itself, press the menu button, and then we'll go back and then down the menu to network, which is the green. Then we'll go across, and then we'll scroll down to Bluetooth, which is number 4. Press the center button. So we can see that should be on, Bluetooth function. Go to pairing. Okay, now it's waiting. And what it's waiting for you to do on this remote control, we're going to press and hold the shutter release button and the plus side of the focus zoom button at the same time for at least 7 seconds. So it's the shutter release and the plus button now. And if you watch the screen, there you go. So connect to device, just hit the center button, and that's it. Okay again, and you're paired. And you can tell that you're paired because there'll be a little Bluetooth and remote symbol on there. And that is it. So I hope you found this useful. Please do smash that like button, and if you want to see more reviews, and well, there could be anything on this channel, just hit that subscribe button to be notified as and when I upload again. Again, thanks for watching. See you again.